Hey there, travel bugs. It's Diane and Guillermo again. We retired early in 2018 to pursue the dream of financial independence. We travel all over the world in search of our little paradise to call our forever home. We've been home-based in Guadalajara, Mexico for 2.5 years now, and we finally get to show you what this captivating city has to offer. From beautiful modern structures to historic buildings, amazing culture, delicious food, and the warmth of its people, Guadalajara has a vibrant and young population with a climate considered to be one of the best in the world and located near some of the more popular Mexican beaches. We will show you our favorite neighborhoods, cost of living, medical care, safety, exciting things to do, and much more. Stick around to find out if Guadalajara is the expat paradise that we can call our forever home.
Welcome back to our channel. Hope you're staying safe and healthy. We finally finished this video and it only took us 2 years to make it, but it had to be done right. We're showing you coastal cities in Mexico like Mazatlan and Ensenada as part of our Seeking Paradise project.
So you ask, why make another Seeking Paradise video in Mexico? Well, Guadalajara is a very unique and different experience in comparison with beach living. As the second largest city in Mexico, urban living in Guadalajara can get busy, fast-paced, and more expensive than smaller Mexican towns and even beach communities.
We've been home-based here since 2018, and on this video we'll show you mixed footage of pre- and post-COVID times. We hope things normalize soon as we start 2021. We are excited to finally get a chance to show you how this city fits in the requirements for our forever home. But first, let's get a refresher on our Paradise checklist and what we're looking for.
Walkability.
Short walks to markets and shops.
Average weather.
Nothing lower than 65 degrees and no hotter than 80.
Cost of living.
Has to be low and affordable.
Transportation.
Rideshare services, bus, metro, bike lanes. No more than 45 minutes away from an international airport.
Distance to the beach.
Ideally, less than 2-hour drive.
Home prices.
Under $200,000 US to buy or less than $1,000 a month to rent.
Safety and security.
We want to be able to walk at night, good police presence.
Things to do.
Outdoor activities, music, art scene.
Good, affordable medical care.
Close to major hospitals and low insurance premiums.
We added a more detailed breakdown in the video's description below. Guadalajara is the capital of the state of Jalisco and is known as the Silicon Valley of Mexico, since it houses big tech companies like Intel, IBM, and Oracle, attracting a young and qualified workforce. With a population of almost 1.5 million and over 6 million in the metro area, it's at an elevation of over 5,000 feet above sea level. Spanish is the official language, but English is spoken by many. The metro area is divided into 6 municipalities. We focused on the Zapopan and Guadalajara areas for places to live.
The Guadalajara International Airport is the third largest in Mexico and 10 miles from the city center. There are very few direct flights from this airport to our hometown in Washington, D.C. Connections to Mexico City are pretty typical for most international flights. It can be a pain sometimes, and it will be good to have more direct options. Transportation from the airport is super easy. Ubers, taxis, car rentals, and airport shuttles are available.
Guadalajara is outlined by the Anillo Periférico, a highway looping around the Zapopan, Guadalajara, Tlaquepaque, and Tonalá municipalities. Over 177,000 vehicles drive on both directions every single day. You can imagine the chaos of rush hour.
The inner part of the Periférico is where you can experience the rich history and culture of Guadalajara. There are plenty of options for public transportation available: electric trolleys, rapid transit buses, and Mi Bici, a bike sharing program. The Tren Ligero or light rail system has 3 lines serving connections to Guadalajara, Zapopan, and Tlaquepaque areas. The newly inaugurated Line 3 is 13 miles long and is projected to carry around 230,000 passengers daily. There's so much to do here. We start off visiting El Centro de Guadalajara. This is the historic part of the city where you find colonial plazas and landmarks such as the beautiful Catedral de Guadalajara, one of the most prominent tourist attraction and religious buildings in the city. This holy place is a Roman Catholic cathedral and a minor basilica.
One of the most unique and imposing structures in the city center is the Teatro Degollado. Located right across from the cathedral, it is famous for a traditional theater experience. It opened in 1866 and is a beautiful example of neoclassical architecture in all of Latin America and one of the most important performing arts institutions in Mexico.
Next door to the cathedral is the Rotonda de Jaliscienses Ilustres. Built in 1951, the monument commemorates all prominent personalities from the state of Jalisco. In the center of the landmark, you will find urns with the cremated remains of those honored here. A few steps away, you'll find another significant landmark, the Government Palace or Palacio de Gobierno, an impressive Baroque building completed in 1774 and famous for its outstanding murals created by celebrated artist José Clemente Orozco.
In front is the Plaza de Armas, originally a large garbage dump, parking for coaches, and bullfights. The square was later cleaned up and housed a cistern that supplied water to Guadalajara.
If you get hungry, you must try a torta ahogada, a typical tapatio dish that will make your belly very happy.
Not spicy at all. I thought it would be spicy, but it's not. Oh yeah.
Minutes west of El Centro, we introduce you to Chapultepec Avenue, or Chapu to the locals, highly favored by foreign travelers and international students. This avenue slices through Guadalajara, providing a dividing line between the Obrera and Americana neighborhoods. It is known for its great cafes, bars, restaurants, and nightlife.
Talk about nightlife pre-COVID. If you enjoy live performances like we do, Guadalajara does not disappoint. From live mariachis, famous musicians, ballet, symphonies, and more. There are plenty of venues for every type of performance. Although many are currently closed due to the pandemic regulations, let's hope everything normalizes soon in 2021. If you're looking to socialize with fellow expats and locals, there are many groups and organized meetings in both English and Spanish for all ages. We added their social media links in the video description below.
One of our favorite landmarks in the Zapopan district is the Templo Expiatorio, a Catholic church of neo-Gothic style. Its construction began in 1897 and ended 75 years later in 1972. It dominates the neighborhood thanks to its enormous stone columns. High mosaic stained glass windows, kaleidoscope steeple, and neon blue crosses. It is considered the greatest work of its kind in Mexico. Our favorite Sunday Fun Day activity also in Zapopan is the Via Recreativa, or recreational route, a social program where road spaces are open for mass use for recreational purposes by people of all ages and their pets. The circulation of motor vehicles is restricted along the designated routes, and you'll see runners, walkers, rollerbladers, skaters, and fitness activities along the way.
During the regular week, we take the pups to Parque Metropolitano, one of the largest parks inside the city, a large recreational space frequented by many locals, offering playing fields, a cycle track, and a number of secluded seating areas. It is a perfect spot for family picnics, strolls, sunbathing, or just to sit down and people watch. It also has a dog park inside, one of Che's favorites when we first arrived, and now it's slowly becoming a must-go for Buddy also.
Bosque Colomos is another beautiful park located on the border of Zapopan and Guadalajara. If you like quiet and relaxation, this is the park for you. It has a gorgeous and peaceful Japanese garden, a cultural center, bridges, and many trails.
For the perfect outdoor activities, we absolutely recommend visiting the Barranca de Huentitan and the Guadalajara Zoo. Located right outside the Periférico, the Barranca is the perfect getaway spot for the nature fans who want to spend a day out in the countryside. A steep and winding 2.7-mile descent is the perfect challenge for runners and hikers alike. Once you reach the bottom, you'll find the El Arcediano Bridge, 16 feet lower than where you started.
The main zoological park of Guadalajara, located at the bottom of the Barranca at a whopping 50 developed hectares, is often compared to the San Diego Safari Zoo and contains over 2,000 animals. It is widely considered the most important zoo in Latin America. You can catch a safari ride and watch animals from the African savanna roam free in a huge fenced area. And you get to feed the giraffes too. Relax and admire the views from the Sky Zoo chairlift.
Well, here we go. We're going up.
had a great time. The zoo exceeded our expectations. They have respected the natural habitats, maintained the current flora and fauna, but mainly, the animals seem well cared for.
There are many more things to do in Guadalajara. We can't forget to mention the nearby towns of Tlaquepaque, Tonalá, Ajijic, and Tequila, or the International Film Festival and the International Book Fair, wine festivals, and more.
We're thinking of making another video about the top 20 things to do in Guadalajara. Let us know about your favorite Guadalajara experiences and if you want to learn about other activities in the city.
Comment below. The weather in Guadalajara is perfect to us. It feels pleasant most of the year. Although last summer was unusually hot, temperatures reached almost 95 degrees. The altitude of the city is enough to avoid heavily humid temperatures, and shaded areas feel pleasant, but direct sun can get uncomfortably hot. Forest fires nearby are common during the hot months and can affect the air quality around the city. The rainy season cools the temperatures nicely. Unfortunately, it rains so much that the city floods due to old pipes and clogged sewer systems. It is also common to lose electric power in your home due to old electrical systems in some neighborhoods. When we lived in Jardines del Sol, we lost power almost every single time it rained. Now, living in Bugambilias, a newer neighborhood, we hardly lose electricity. Locals like to bundle up in the winter, but it's nothing more than a light jacket for us. Compared to the cold Virginia winters in the USA, this is perfect.
There are a variety of beaches to choose from around Guadalajara. Jalisco, Colima, and Nayarit are the surrounding beach areas only 5 hours away from the city by car or bus. Some of our personal favorites are Manzanillo, Barra de Navidad, Puerto Vallarta, Nuevo Vallarta, Sayulita, Punta de Mita, and San Pancho. The main road towards Puerto Vallarta is well paved and safe. We drove on our own a few times, but we recommend the ETN bus service. It is super comfortable with all the needed amenities, and you won't need to worry about driving, gas, or tolls.
There are miles of beautiful coastline to explore. Exciting experiences, you will be amazed. And if you plan right, you can witness the magic of life. Many North Americans continue to move to Mexico because of the much lower cost of living. Guadalajara is no exception, although much pricier compared with many smaller towns within Mexico. With a current exchange rate of $1 to 19 pesos, it is still more affordable than cities in the United States. Our monthly cost of living has been nearly 70% cheaper than our hometown of Fairfax, Virginia. Compare your city with Guadalajara at numbeo.com and review in more detail different monthly expense categories. We love to grocery shop at the local markets, eat at food stands, try the many typical Mexican restaurants, and utilize the service of local businesses. Our cost of living could certainly be much higher if we always shopped at Costco or large grocery store chains and went out to expensive restaurants. But we prefer the local variety. We often shop at this large produce and meat market, Mercado de Abastos, a regional wholesale market where you find food vendors, meat markets, fishmongers, and more. The majority of them supply products to all other markets in Guadalajara. You can find the freshest produce at extremely low prices. Don't forget to try the famous birria here. It is said to be the best in Guadalajara, and we agree 100%. The other large local goods market is Mercado San Juan de Dios, Latin America's largest indoor market located in the city center. It has 3 stories with nearly 3,000 stalls dedicated to every product imaginable. The bustling market includes music, movies, electronics, clothing, shoes, and even magic potions. A great place to shop for souvenirs, especially if you speak enough Spanish to have a shot at haggling.
An alternative to large crowds is the neighborhood tianguis, or pop-up farmers markets. They are available weekly in several neighborhoods, some offering great local foods, fresh and cheap produce, while others sell second-hand goods and antiques. Locals have told us few of the vendors sell stolen property, and God forbid if you ever got robbed, the tianguis is the first place to look for your stolen stuff. And if you're lucky to spot it, you can buy it back at a low price. There's also every delivery service you can think of. From paying your bills to picking up medical prescriptions at the local farmacias, you have access to anything and everything. If you like to walk a lot, do it in Guadalajara at your own risk. Watch out for broken sidewalks, lifted by large tree roots protruding through the concrete, overhanging bushes, loose hanging electrical wires, as well as good dose of dog droppings. It will definitely keep you on your toes as you have to be constantly aware of what's coming. Just remember, it only takes 30 minutes by car to go from one side of the periférico to the other, making this large city manageable to get around. We tend to take Ubers most of the time since they're inexpensive, and although we do own a car, we don't really use it as much as we thought we would.
Guadalajara has a superb medical system. There are multiple high-end hospitals easily accessible within the city. Many of the doctors are trained in the USA, so they speak perfect English. Hospitals are equipped with the latest professional equipment and technology. The best thing about medical care here is that doctors actually spend the entire 1-hour appointment with you answering questions and providing full attention to your case. You do not feel rushed as in the US. Pharmacies usually have qualified doctors on duty for walk-in consultations and quick prescriptions. We were shocked to find out that there are very few ambulances in Guadalajara. We heard stories that either take a long time to arrive or they don't show up at all. You can contract a private ambulance company for peace of mind.
When talking about security and safety, Guadalajara, like many major cities in the world, has its issues with petty theft, scams, and home robberies.
We were victims of a house robbery when we first arrived in 2018. Our furnished rental was recently renovated and had no security systems installed yet. So a group of thieves came in early in the morning before our move-in day and easily took some of our stuff and most of the owner's electronics.
No one was hurt, but we did learn many things from it. You need to protect your home with a video security system, bars on your windows, install an electrified fence over your walls, and put a security barking dog, as it seems to be the most common security measure used by Mexicans.
So ever since the robbery, we had a good security system in place and we sleep great at night.
If you choose to live in a coto or gated community, you get 24-hour guard and security vehicles patrolling the perimeter throughout the day. Our current rental is in a coto and we can't be any happier, not only for the strong security, but also for not dealing with solicitors, beggars, services, and scammers that used to come to our door. Street safety has not been an issue. We have never experienced any problems. We see lots of police and military units around town. What about the drug cartels in Guadalajara? Well, in 2 years living here, we never met anyone or dealt with anything related to Mexican drug cartels. We've been told by locals they are among us, but if you don't get involved in the business, they don't get involved with you.
Real estate prices in Guadalajara are quite expensive compared to other towns in Mexico. With plenty of new condo buildings and retail shopping centers being built in the city, rent prices for 3-bedroom homes easily reaches $1,000 or more a month. While home purchases in the city for a decent renovated 3-bedroom home reach exorbitant prices between $400,000 to over $1 million. You can find homes at lower prices if you have patience. There is plenty of inventory. We recommend to walk around the different neighborhoods, talk to neighbors, store owners, local vendors. You'll be surprised to find many unlisted houses with signs hanging on their facades. Many of them are listed by the owners themselves in order to avoid the real estate agent fees. You can choose to deal with landlords and homeowners directly or use a reliable real estate agent. We've tried both and were successful at both. We found our first rental ourselves, and the last was the work of our realtor friend, Aline. She saved us a lot of time setting up all the viewing appointments.
If you like tips on a more detailed rental process in Guadalajara, check out one of our early videos here.
Now we break down our favorite neighborhoods to live in, current rents, and real estate prices. Starting with Santa Tere in the Zapopan district is a busy neighborhood located to the northwest of the Guadalajara city center. Many local working families make their homes here. It is not touristy and rent prices are fairly low.
Providencia is a trendy and modern neighborhood, always considered the ideal place to live among expats. In recent years, the main avenues of the area have been filled with new upscale and trendy restaurants, hotels, cafes, and bars that have given new life to this large neighborhood.
Colonia Americana is located to the west of the historical center. It's a young and vibrant neighborhood, mainly because it's the heart of the bohemian scene of the city. The area is surrounded by hipster cafes, restaurants, and European-style mansions that date to the late 19th and early 20th century. It's also a very walkable neighborhood, full of day and night entertainment options.
Chapalita, another favorite of ours and sought after by expats, it's a quiet, residential neighborhood with large roundabouts, parks, and houses with large gardens. It is an ideal place for a coffee on an afternoon or entertainment at night. There is a Sunday street market in the popular Glorieta Chapalita roundabout where you'll be able to see the work of some local artists and sample of a wide variety of great food.
La Estancia is a middle-class neighborhood near the Parque Metropolitano. It has an urban feel, is not too expensive, and easily accessible to stores like Costco and the popular Galerías Mall.
Ciudad del Sol is the neighborhood where we found our first long-term rental. It's a middle-class and older residential neighborhood, central to Guadalajara as it takes an average of 12 minutes to drive anywhere in the city. There are many older homes and also plenty of renovations taking place.
If you want to save money on less expensive rents and lower home purchase prices, there are a few neighborhoods outside of the Periférico Highway showcasing new developments, beautiful homes, bigger spaces, and no more than 30 minutes away from the city center. We begin with Los Robles. Located west of the city, it's a brand new construction area with several small gated communities, spacious landscapes, amenities, and closest proximity to the magnificent Bosque de la Primavera, known to be the lungs of Guadalajara. High above the city sits the Bugambilias neighborhood where we live now, a city within a city, 35-minute drive from the American School. The panoramic views of the city are gorgeous, the air feels cleaner, and it's more relaxing.
Five minutes further south, you find La Rioja, also a newer development and close to Punto Sur Outdoor Mall, one of our favorite places to hang out and shop. On the farthest north side of Zapopan, the Solares neighborhood is a newer and modern townhome-style homes. It has a suburbia feel and very attractive prices, but you will need a vehicle to move around as there are not many stores within walking distance.
Northwest of the city, there is Valle Real, one of the most exclusive areas. It's a fairly new neighborhood finished in the late 80s. Many residential developers are found in this luxurious area.
It's been an amazing experience living in Guadalajara the last 2.5 years. We've always considered ourselves city peeps, and living here has helped us figure out the essentials to our new style of living.
Whether you like living in a house, in front of a park, in a gated community, or in a skyscraper, there's something for everyone. Although we love living in Guadalajara and appreciate so many positive things that come with it, we also learn the nuances and negatives in city living and how to adjust to them.
The combination has taught us a lot, especially and foremost to have more patience, to take our time in certain processes and appreciate the little things that sometimes we took for granted. Guadalajara has a faster pace of life than the average Mexico towns, but life still manages to be simple and stress-free compared to our home country and good old US of A.
Tapatíos love their history. They have strong family values, and with the young professional vibe, the city continues to move forward with rapid developments in many competitive industries.
We met many expats living here, and they seem to share the same feeling. Guadalajara is a vibrant city with plenty to do, a laid-back attitude, friendly people, delicious and fresh Mexican food, and the variety of tequilas is truly an experience of its own. So is Guadalajara a good place to live? It depends on what your lifestyle is and what you're looking for. It really comes down to what makes you happy, and whatever it is, we're sure you can find it in this city.
But with that said, Guadalajara does not meet all the requirements for our forever home. Due to the home robbery experience upon our arrival and the necessity for excessive home security, we can't say it meets the safety and security criteria. Although we haven't feared for our personal safety, we always had concerns leaving the house, whether going to the corner store or traveling.
We do not get that feeling here now in a gated community. Life's a bit more relaxed than outside the city, and if you find the right area to settle, it's easy living year-round with nearly the perfect weather.
Yes, the weather has got to be the best we've ever experienced, and it'll be really hard to match. In conclusion, beautiful Guadalajara has been a good home to us, but our time here is coming to an end. We will be leaving Mexico at the end of our lease this year. It's time to explore new continents and continue our quest for our little piece of paradise.
We haven't discarded Guadalajara as a forever home or maybe even a vacation home. We feel that 2 years is the right amount to learn any city and its surroundings. We are ready to do it again elsewhere in the world. Lisbon and Valencia continue to be the leaders in our list for places to live.
We'll be announcing our new home base soon, depending on all COVID regulations in respective countries. So hit that subscribe button so you don't miss it. We wanted to take a moment to thank all of our viewers for the support helping us reach that 1,000 subscriber milestone.
Thank you. This channel was created to document our journey around the world after early retirement, hoping to help others achieve the same goal. We are truly happy to see that this is turning into more than just sharing and providing information, but it's also a gateway to new friendships, to learn from others, and we are so grateful from the bottom of our hearts, and we are so motivated to keep making more videos. We have more to come as soon as it's safe to travel.
We will be considering places like Tbilisi, Georgia, Belgrade, Serbia, Abruzzo, Italy, Cape Town, South Africa, Malaysia, and more. Drop us a suggestion of a low cost of living location that you'd like us to visit, or share your experience of your special place. Leave those comments below. Thanks again, stay safe, and see you soon.
It's a wrap.
Thank you for watching our video. Please like and subscribe so you don't miss our next one.